Hi, good evening everyone. I hope all of you are doing fine. In this class, we are discussing the PYQ questions. In this week, we are discussing questions related to economy. Those who are new here, under this program of Gear Up Mains Answer Writing 2023, we are providing you a question in the morning in the Telegram group of Edukemy. And then at 6 p.m. daily from Monday to Friday, we are discussing these answers. And all the discussion be based on the subject wise, like in this week, we are discussing the economic question. Okay, so now let's see what's the question for today. The question is access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy is the sine qua non to achieve the sustainable development goals. Comment on the progress made in the India in this regard. The question is saying the access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and the modern energy, without which the sustainable development goals is not a success. The meaning of the sine qua non is without which not. This is the meaning of the sine qua non. So here is the importance to understand the question, exactly what the question is demanding. So we will read the question again. Access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy is a sine qua non to achieve sustainable development goals. Means without access to affordable, reliable, sustainable energy, we cannot achieve the sustainable development goal. Okay, so in the question we need to be focused on these keywords: affordable energy, reliable energy, sustainable energy and the modern energy. How the accessibility of these type of energy help in achieving the other sustainable development goals. Means like the sustainable development goals 8, 9, 6, 2, related to education, related to health, related to inclusive growth. So these kind of the sustainable growth or development goals can be achieved with the access of affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy. And in the second part, we need to address about the progress of India. The progress of India in this case, like we will mention about some of the government scheme related to it, the government scheme related to energy. One of the major important scheme in Ujala for LED, Ujjwala Yojana, Pahal Yojana. So we will see what India achieved in the related to the energy, and then we will suggest some of the way forward related to it, and then finally we will conclude the answer. In the introduction part, we will write about the role of energy, play and the other sustainable development goals, like its help in the economic growth, social equity, inclusive growth, help in the health, etc. And its affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy is one of the steps towards achieving the another sustainable development goals, which was adopted by internationally in 2015. So these kind of the introduction we can write. So in the introduction you will write about the sustainable development goals and their linkage with the inclusive growth, education, inclusive growth, equity, and how the sustainability, affordability, modern energy and reliable energy, which was adopted in 2015, is helpful in achieving the sustainable development goal. So whenever we are writing the introduction in the paper, we should focus, the question essence should be in introduction itself. जो क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहता है वो आपके इंट्रोडक्शन में रिफ्लेक्ट होना चाहिए. Otherwise, it will consider as a very general introduction if you are not reflecting the question demand into the introduction itself. So in the body part, we are dividing the answer in two parts. The first part of the body we will focus on affordable energy, second reliable energy, sustainable energy and finally the modern energy. So these are the keywords given in the question, and the energy it comes under the Sustainable Development Goal 7, SDGs 7. We will explain these kind of energy, what does it mean by the affordable, reliable, sustainable and the modern, and how affordable energy is linked with the another sustainable development goal. Similarly, how reliable energy linked with the other SDG, similarly the sustainable energy linkage with the other SDG, and so on, how the modern one. So we will focus on these, how these are linked with it. If we know the examples of the other SDG which are linked with it, so we will mention in our answer, like the Sustainable Development Goal 4 linked with this energy. So we will see the examples here. It is not compulsion that you will write all these examples. You can write a one, like in the first point, access to affordable, there are 3, SDG 4.1, 8, 10.3. There is no need to go much specific about it. अगर आपको पता है कि ज़्यादा स्पेसिफिक आपको उस टाइम पे याद है, इफ यू हैव लर्नड एट द टाइम कि आपको याद आ रहा है उस टाइम पे कि अबाउट द एक्सेस ऑफ अफोर्डेबल एनर्जी इज लिंक्ड टू सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल 10.3, देन इट्स ओके. अगर नहीं भी आ रहा है तो यू कैन राइट अबाउट जनरल पॉइंट्स कि यस दिस इज रिलेटेड टू द एजुकेशन, दिस इज रिलेटेड टू द सस्टेनेबल गोल्स, यू कैन राइट अबाउट दीज थिंग्स ऑल्सो, बट इट शुड रिलेट विद द अफोर्डेबल एनर्जी. Okay, clear? I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay, now come to the first part, access to affordable energy. Access to affordable energy means here it is available to all. It is available to all in accessible area, like in the rural area, in the urban area, and the last mile connectivity means the energy available to all, and it should be affordable by everyone, and there is no deprivation in consumption of energy, like the poor people cannot consume energy because it's very costly. So there should be a concept of affordable energy, means it's available to all, it's available to all the rural area and everybody can afford it. Now we will come to this term, affordability. If the energy is affordable, then it will come to the focus on, like अगर energy है तो it will help in the primary secondary education. So primary education, it will help in the secondary education also. If the energy is affordable, when people are saving money there, education can be more affordable to them. So it's mentioned under the sustainable development goals, and if the energy is available, the people can read also. Without lights it become impossible. So in the SDG 4.1 it's can be focused on the primary education and secondary education. Similarly, in the case of the SDG 8, it's promote the inclusive growth also. It's promote the inclusive growth. If the energy is available to everyone, it will also promote the inclusive growth. So if you remember these specific points in your answer, so you can write, otherwise SDG 8 is about the inclusive growth. So you can directly simply mention. अगर आपके पास पॉइंट्स हैं तो आप लिख सकते हैं. In the 10.3 it's about the ensure equality. The sustainable development goal is ensure equality. So you can mention about these points, how the access of affordable energy are linked with the another sustainable development goals and help to achieve the sustainable development goal which was set up in the 2015. So in the first point you will define about access to affordable energy, and then you will write about the linkage with another sustainable development goal. Okay, now come to the second point, access to reliable energy. What does it mean, the reliable? Reliable energy means it should be available for 24 hours. It should be available at the, even in the rural area, urban area or the other area, it should be available to all, but it should be reliable, means it's available for the maximum hour of the day. Means out of 24 hours, it should be available 24 hours to everyone. So if it's reliable to everyone, means the energy is available to everyone, even in the rural area, even in the urban area, then it will link with the two type of the goal. If the energy is available in the 6.1, the accessibility of the drinking water will increase. Accessibility of drinking water will increase. if the energy is available and it's reliable. So the point reliable is here. So in this point you will define what is the reliability. Then you will write about, if it's reliable, then the access will increase, access of the drinking water will increase. Then in the same case, the help in the infrastructure as well. Agar available hai, so it will also help in the infrastructure. So by these things you can connect. Now come to the access to sustainable energy. Access to sustainable energy means access to the renewable source of energy. Access to renewable source means impacting the less to the environment. Its objective between the future generation, means it's available to the future generation also, and enhance the inclusive and sustainable urbanization. It will enhance urbanization, means urbanization, that also the sustainable urbanization. It will enhance sustainable urbanization. So you will mention about the access to sustainable energy and it will enhance the urbanization, and specifically sustainable urbanization, because we are talking about the access to sustainable energy. Access to modern energy means here non-polluting source. Non-polluting source of energy. Access to modern energy, the access to non-polluting source of energy. Non-polluting source, the renewable energy one. It's maybe the wind energy, hydro energy, and some kind of the other energy from the hydrogen. Okay, so access to modern energy means it will have a less impact on the environment. So it having the less impact on environment because we are using the modern energy, the renewable energy, that's having no impact on the environment. So we can link the kind of energy and how it's helping achievement of the another type of sustainable development goals. If we see access to affordable energy, it's linked with the primary secondary education, means if the energy is affordable by everyone, so it can help in the formation of primary education, secondary education, and education to all, help in the achievement of the SDG of education to all. Similarly, in the case of the inclusive growth, in the SDG 8, the affordable energy will help in the formation. It will also help in the inclusive growth. Sustainable Development Goal 8, it will help in the inclusive growth as well. Then, ensure the equality between the society under the Sustainable Development Goal 10. Access to reliable energy means it's available to everyone for 24 hours. Reliability, ऐसा नहीं कि it's available for 1 hour for in the rural area and the 24 hours in the urban area. It should be available for 24 hours even in the urban area, even in the rural area. So access of reliable energy, SDG 6.1 is saying accessibility to the drinking water. If the energy is available to urban rural area, so it is easy to fetch the drinking water. It's help in the formation of infrastructure as well. Reliable energy, so we can depend on the infrastructure as well. So it's help in the infrastructure as well. Then access to sustainable energy. In the case of the sustainable energy, means we need to be save the energy for our future generation as well. तो फ्यूचर जनरेशन के लिए सेव करने के लिए इट विल एनहेंस कि हम अर्बनाइजेशन में जो काम कर रहे हैं दैट शुड बी सस्टेनेबल, सो वी कैन सेव द एनर्जी, वी कैन सेव द एनर्जी रिसोर्सेज for our future generation. Then next is the modern energy. The modern energy is specifically related to the renewable energy. Type of renewable energy, it's maybe the solar energy, it's maybe the wind energy, it's maybe the nuclear energy, and these are non-polluting source of energy, so it's saving the environment. SDG 13, it's saving the environment. So how the SDG 7 energy is linked with the another sustainable development goals, and how it will help to achieve the other sustainable development goals. So this was the question core demand. This was the question core demand in the first part. Now let's come to the second part. What's India achieved? What's India achieved, or the progress made by India or the government of India in this regard to SDG 7? The first is PM Ujjwala Yojana. In the PM Ujjwala Yojana, the government provide the LPG cylinder. LPG cylinder initially to the 5 crores family, then it's upgraded to 7 crores. Means under the PM Ujjwala Yojana, they provide the LPG cylinders. 5 crores initially, then to 7 crore family, and if they are providing under the Ujjwala Yojana, if they are providing the cylinders, means they are saving the environment, they are saving the tree. How? Because initially the people are using the wood for making the food in the rural area. So now through the PM Ujjwala Yojana, the government moved toward the sustainable energy. Then the Pahal, the government linked the account of the rural poor. The government linked the account of rural poor with Aadhaar to provide the LPG subsidy to them. To provide LPG subsidy to them. So under the Pahal, the government linked the account of the rural poor with the Aadhaar to providing them the LPG subsidy. So this was one of the initiative by the government of India for SDG 7, for energy specifically. Then in the case of the Ujjwala Yojana, DISCOM distributed LED bulb to each household to save the energy losses. To save the energy, the DISCOM distributed LED bulb to the households. In the case of the health, the government is focused on the renewable energy. Renewable energy. Help is the energy from the hydrogen. Then the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana, the 24/7 accessibility of electricity to rural area. Under the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Yojana, the government targeted the 24/7 accessibility of electricity to the rural area. Then under the Saubhagya scheme, the government targeted the last mile connectivity, the last mile reach of electricity. The last mile reach of electricity means the electricity is available to all the village, urban area of the country. So these are the initiatives taken by the government of India. We can revise again. The PM Ujjwala Yojana, which focus on the distribution of the LPG cylinder. Pahal scheme, which focus on the subsidy of the LPG cylinder going directly into the account of the beneficiary. Ujjwala Yojana is specifically about the DISCOM distribute the LED bulb to the consumer. Health policy, the government is focusing on the hydrogen related energy and specifically the renewable energy. Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Jyoti Yojana is focusing on the 24/7 availability of the energy. And the Saubhagya scheme, the last mile connectivity, the last mile reach of electricity to the each corner of the country. That's the Saubhagya scheme. So these are the initiatives taken by the government of India for the SDG 7, specifically for the energy. So we can link how the sustainable development goal of energy is required to achieve the other sustainable development goals. Okay, so this was the second part of the answer. What's India progress? India ने क्या progress किया? Now come to the next, achievements. What is the India achievement in this case? So the first achievement is increase in the renewable energy capacity. Increase in the renewable energy capacity. Now the India achieved the 125 gigawatt of energy by 2021. By 2021, the India had the 125 gigawatt installed renewable energy. This was the achievement. In the case of the environmental sustainability, the government adopted the Ujjwala Yojana, means providing the LPG cylinder which help in the protection of the environment. Because initially they were using the wood. So that's help in the increasing the forest cover, green cover. Then affordability of the energy. Under the PAHAL scheme, the government providing a subsidy and the some of the other initiative for the subsidy also. So this is the achievement of the government of India under the energy and under the different heads: affordability, reliability, modern energy, and the sustainability. So India worked on all the four kind of the themes asked in the question. So we will write these kind of achievement here. Next, in the way forward, we can suggest better targeting. We need to be target those specific villages, specific area where the energy sustainability, the achievements of or the availability of the electricity. So we need to be focused on the specific area. We need to be focused on the specific area. Waste to energy plants. The India need to be work on the plants which can convert the waste into energy. So different kind of plants can be opened for the waste to energy. Increase in the research and developments. If there is an increase in the research and developments, then the energy can become more affordable. More kind of energy, environmental sustainability can be increased. Then finally, the focus on the 3G of energy. The 3G of energy is enhance the green technology, green technology, green technology, green infrastructure, green technology, green infrastructure, and the green funding. Green technology, green infrastructure, and the green funding. These are the 3G of energy: green technology, green infrastructure, and the green funding. So in Government of India should focus on 3G of the energy. So in the way forward, you can suggest these points. In the conclusion, you can write about the linkage of the SDG 7 with the another sustainable development goals and how the SDG 7 help in achieving the another sustainable development goals. So simply you can conclude your answer in this way in the 2 lines. Okay. So this is done for today. The question was about the sustainable development goals and how the other sustainable development goals is not completed without achieving the SDG 7. We need to link this with the government initiative and the what India achieved till now. So we discuss about the different kind of energy. We discuss about how it's work on it. Okay. So this is done for today. We will meet again on Monday with the new topics, with the new subjects. Till now, please revise these 35 classes, means these 35 questions or 35 topics. Please revise it and you can target, yes, this is the thing, we can understand the questions. And in the main specifically, we need to break the question into multiple parts. If we are not breaking the question into multiple parts, means we are not addressing the each part of the answer and there will be no flow in our answer. So please try to break the question into multiple parts and then answer the each part sequentially according to the demand of questions. Okay. Bye bye. Take care. We will meet on Monday at 6 p.m. again. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.